Whoa, whoa, steady as she goes. Whoa, Bitcoin. Whoa. Look at this lovely day out here. La la la. So I wanted to say something about Bitcoin, to be careful of it, because of course, unless you're planning just to hold, if you have the fortitude to buy and hold, and to buy at 40k or even potentially 50k, for all we know, it could even reach 60k. My call for this year is somewhere between 65,000 and 140,000 for the between now and December. So that could happen at any time. Of course, I said before that I actually expected the high to be at 31,000. No one's got a crystal ball, but what I will say is that the more I think about it, and the more I know that AI exists in this world, you apply you apply these human emotion algorithm trading bots that they have out there to manipulate the price up and down. Now, of course, there is the scarcity issue with Bitcoin. It should be worth a lot more than it is, but based upon the adoption in the world, it's probably, given the conditions that are going on in the world right now, it's probably a little bit unbelievable that Bitcoin should be reaching where it is right now. What I think it really is that these are institutions causing this, because they're the ones who want to get Bitcoin, right? And this is what they want to do, as explained many, many videos across the years. The price goes up, they manipulate it up. Everyone gets caught in a bull trap. And that bull trap is not just traders, it's people, that just average Joe in the street that sees the price and they go, oh God, it's going away, it's going away. It gets excitement. Now, that changes every now and then as far as what's going to cause excitement, because it's to bring new people in all the time. Now, as the prices go higher and higher and higher, there's more media exposure. More media exposure brings more people in. And then what happens? Probably as much as 80% of them get wrecked, because they buy in high and they sell. And then they say, that's it, I'm never buying into Bitcoin again. Right, that's 1% of humanity burned. They won't buy in again until they have to buy in when it's the world money supply. Or even once it is the world money supply, they might be using a lesser token, because Bitcoin could well be used as a clearing, I think, like at the banking level, to do international settlements, that kind of thing. Who knows? Maybe things will update and people will be using Satoshis like dollars in the future. I don't know. But it's likely either outcome is likely. So this will be just a continual ebb and flow as it comes up. Likely when let's say you get to the 140 grand state, right? Where will the pullback be? Well, if you look at all the previous market cycles, let's say the last one, we had 20 grand, it went down to 3 grand. Where was 3 grand? It was actually slightly above what the previous peak was. There was a $1,200 peak. Oh God, I'm trying to remember what each of the peaks were. But have a look at it yourself in the coin market cap. Maybe look at something that's got a longer history to it. Maybe TradingView or CoinGecko, because I think that it doesn't go back far enough on CoinMarketCap.com. And you'll actually see there each time it pulls back over the years. Look at the peak. Look at the previous peak. See where the pullback is. What you'll find is you have a maximum gain of about 17x, I think it is. And generally, it comes down again to about 1/10. So realistically, even if it went up to 140 grand, amazingly, and you got to understand the reason why this is, but amazingly, it could go down to even 14 from 140, right? And with that comes a new generation, or a new intake of people, converts, who are like, you know what, fuck this, it's all a scam. It's gone from that to 1/10 of the value, 140 grand, enough to buy a house in some countries, down to 14k, enough to buy a bicycle in Switzerland, right? So that's to shake out not just the weak hands but the weak minds, to put you off it and say, oh, it's not going anywhere. But all you need to do is look over. This market, it's like a rapid version of the real estate market. Look how much the real estate goes up and then it crashes down again. And it goes up and crashes down again. Overall, you draw a line, it's always gone up. So just don't get caught in a bull trap. The reality is right now, if you think you're missing out in Bitcoin and you're in it for the long term, it is a tiny chance that you're not going to see Bitcoin lower than 40 or lower than 30 again. A tiny, tiny, minuscule chance. Simple reason is because even though it's rare, it hasn't got the adoption, the mainstream adoption that would justify it going to that level right now. And the reality as well is that the people who are buying into it, the Grayscales and the PayPals and JP Morgans of the world, they don't want to be buying in at this price. They don't mind pumping money into it at this price to make it pump a little bit more so that it suckers you into buying at this price when you can't afford it. Because remember, everything in this world is a wealth transfer, including cryptocurrency. The second that the system understands that the ruling elite system that controls us all, as soon as they understand anything can be used to further exacerbate the global wealth transfer that's always been taking place, then they will utilize that and add it to their arsenal. Crypto is unfortunately no different. The problem is people are so skeptical. They're skeptical against those that, among, their peers, their friends. They're skeptical about that. How many times have you had a subject that you're knowledgeable about, and one of your friends comes along, asks you about it, yeah, I'm okay, and then they come across some pillock scammer, but someone who's like all flashy and jazzy, and then they wow them, and then they follow that idiot. They don't even know the guy. They follow his advice into economic doom and get scammed, right? Meanwhile, they didn't listen to you. Why? Oh, because they know you, and well, I can't listen to him because even though I know he's been in this field for his life, this is how. I don't know if you've had that example in your life, but I've had it many times in different areas. I just kind of give up. I don't want to try. People know what you know. They can see what you do. They can see how you do. They allow themselves to get tricked and fooled by wizards and witches, if you know what I mean. It's a terminology that was used. Bill Gates was talking about Steve Jobs, and he was talking about wizardry. The use of spells and words. It's something I talk about on the other channel quite a lot. So all I'm going to say is, that little patch there didn't get any snow. All right, because of the tree. All right, but yeah, all I'm going to say is, if you get suckered in at this it's not suckered in. If you buy in at this time, just remember, just buy in to hold. If you're trying to make money right now, buy some altcoins that I've listed before, or look into them yourself. Just see the ones I've listed and research them. See one of my holds from a while ago. Voyager token has done really well this morning. Nano, what I said a while ago, because it had been scraping the floor. Not that I believe in the project, but those that do, the community is actually quite strong behind them. That one's still got quite a long way to go. Well, I don't know, I haven't checked it this morning, but last night I didn't end up buying any because I didn't have spare Satoshis, and I saw other projects I prefer. I think Unilayer will do very well. Some of these coins that are quite difficult to get, like Unilayer, should do quite well. But yeah, who knows? Another one that I said I wasn't going to buy last night, originally, because you get it in an airdrop, not an airdrop, a fork. Sorry, you got it in a what do they call it again? When you already own Bitcoin and you get the fork tokens. Well, that's how I got the Bitcoin, some of the BCH, which I still have because I sold most of it out, but it still actually had about 1.5 of them left. So I just added to that last night because I'm looking at it, it was scraping the floor. I bought it, and then my friend did some TA, and he kind of agrees. He thought it might go down a little bit further, but it should go up. And looking at it, it's got everything you'd expect to go up. Another analysis that oh damn, that I need to put on the other video that I did was showing that he was showing the probabilities that things have to go up versus what they might make if they do. I think that's really, really good, and it's just reminded me to put that on the other video. But yeah, this video is just about be very, very careful, understand what the strategy is. There is a strategy behind the growth of Bitcoin. It's not all organic. It is controlled. The ebbs and flows are totally controlled by trading bots, which get their information from big data. And that big data has everything about you, even if it doesn't, because there's only a limited amount of responses, human responses, that are natural to make. And they've been recorded many, many times across billions of people. And it makes you and I very predictable. And that will be our undoing. Every emotional response that you're likely to feel has already been preconceived. Yeah. All right, I'll leave that there. Don't FOMO in, basically, is what I'm saying. And even if you do miss out at 40 and it goes into 50, if you bought into something that hasn't pumped yet and Bitcoin comes down, you'll be doing pretty well. This next 5 months, I keep repeating it, will be the time for the alt season, and then get back into Bitcoin later on to play it safe. All right, bye.